Hey guys, it's Response on Play. Today we're doing a special episode, not a normal podcast and not a tier list, but something very different. Everybody's super excited for the new Critical Role Heroes of Exandria set coming out in early March. We're very excited about it, and finally, I was able to convince everyone to try and sit down and actually run a Crit Role Heroes of Exandria D&D campaign. So we're just gonna try this little one shot for tonight and see how it goes, and we're super excited to try it. I am Steph with a smiley face with a fantasy flair, joined by
Jake, but I'm a rat.
Andrew, my character has floofy hair.
Brian, but this time I'm just me still.
And James, I'm also a rat. And just me.
And I am Zeke, the DM for the evening. We're going to move everybody over to the city of Iman.
Hey, there's a card.
There is a card for this. It's one of the reasons I chose it. The city of Iman stands defiantly against all who threaten Tal'Dorei and its people. It is the cultural and political heart of the Republic of Tal'Dorei, as well as a nexus of commerce, entertainment, travel, education, and adventure. From the bustling business district of Abadar's Promenade to the ritzy Cloudtop district, wealth flows throughout the city in a grand display of architecture and fashion. But we do not start our story inside the walls of Amon. No, we begin in a region known as Outwall, or the Upper Slums as it was formerly known. This region is markedly lower in wealth, but not lacking in culture. A strong sense of community and loyalty to one another is founded here, and it is here strong bonds and friendships will be forged and have already been started. We open on a cloaked adventurer pushing through a busy alleyway on this chilly end of winter morning. A light fog kisses the city streets as the figure clings to their hip satchel. As the adventurer clips another pedestrian, the satchel swings open, revealing a collection of cards. Under an awning, the courier stops to get their bearings. A slight hesitation lends to the notion that this individual may not be familiar with the area, but after a moment of confirmation, the pace returns and they push through the crowd forming in the main thoroughfare. After charging through a couple of streets, we arrive outside a large 3-story building. Built piecemeal from a variety of materials that seems to slowly transition through obvious waves of available resources, the adventurer enters into what was once a tavern and inn. The smell of ale and liquor soaked into the wood floors still permeates the room that is now a reception area. Instead of bar tops and tables that would normally accompany a room with a scent such as this, we see couches and a large desk with a halfling woman busily working away at stacks of paperwork. She pleasantly greets the adventurer with a bright and smiley, "Hello," before recognition flashes in her eyes. "Ah, yes, one of the new tenants. Feel free to head on upstairs to your office." The stairs creak with each step as the adventurer pushes forward to the office of the ROP, a newly founded adventuring group in the city of Amon. The ROP came together through a series of interesting events. Rumors have circulated about the group thwarting a goblin invasion in a small town nearby, of an ogre felled on the roads to protect a traveling merchant, and of a circus hiding a cult being brought to the light by the 5 that make up the ROP. Though the group is cagey on the overall details, it slipped once or twice that the founding night involved a dragon, a pixie, and 2 bottles of dwarven fire whiskey. These seem to be the only consistent details they let slide, but the real story is still unfolding. And with that, the adventurer opens the door to find their 4 compatriots waiting for them. The first person who's going to be walking in is Asiago. So the rat man, named after a cheese, is the last one to arrive with a satchel of cards. So, if we're ready, if there's no more breakdown we want to do, Asiago, I want you to introduce your character and describe what you look like.
I'm Asiago. I am a swashbuckling rogue. I've got gray fur. My paws, the fur on the back of my paws is all white. I stand 4 feet tall, almost indistinguishable when cloaked from a short person, but my nose and ears often give it away. I do have ear holes in my hood. Got a bow and a quiver slung slung on my back, and I've got a short sword at my hip. I don't look all that imposing.
Then next up, we have 6.
We rolled a 6.
Oh, did I
Perfect.
roll a 6? Oh,
You did.
it was meant to be. So 6 is also a rat folk. She's like an albino rat, so she's got that white fur and the pink eyes. She is what's called a plague paladin, which means that she is a paladin, but where you might think of paladins as having like super holy like golden spells, she's more about rot and disease, but not in like an evil way, more just in like a this is another part of life type of way. She works for the church, or she's an acolyte of the church rather, and she's got some dark robes that kind of help her blend in a little more. She's sort of these humble vestments. She does have a hood over her head. She's got a sword that's sort of ornate on the hilt. She's got like a long sword. And then one other prominent feature is she carries around a holy censer. And if you're not sure what a censer is, it's those little incense burners that like Catholic priests will have. They're like little balls on chains.
We'll put a picture.
Yeah. So she has one of those on her belt, and you can see it's kind of faintly burning all of the time. And I wanted her to be stinky before, but I decided I don't want her to be stinky anymore, now that I'm like looking at a picture of her. So we'll say that she smells...
Like, no, I like her too much to be stinky.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'm not ready to go that hard with the rat thing. I think she's gonna smell pretty...
Faint sewer stink.
No! Because she has the censer
A
carrying...
faint otherworldly odor.
She's got like a faint, sort of like heady herbs, you know? Is it heady or heady? Whatever. It might be heady, but it's herbs. She smells...
It's a heady mixture.
Yeah.
Smells like oregano.
Oregano. Yeah, not that herb.
An Italian seasoning.
No. I'm thinking
make
like sage or like cedar wood or whatever she's
I
got
mean,
burning.
I'd be thinking
Whatever.
of the incense that is burned by the church, or at least something similar.
Well, yeah. So it's like it's like a very fragrant herb.
So it's made from a compound of dried mushrooms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it
yours is
doesn't
a
smell
mushroom,
bad, is what I'm trying to
No,
get at. It
just
smells like
earthy,
yeah, it's like nutty, kind of woodsy. But she has that at her belt.
like the power of pine saw, baby.
Hell yeah.
All right, then next up is Dine.
So the character I'm portraying is Dine Fairclough. He is an alchemist artificer, where artificers are fairly kind of tinker based. They like to mess with machines and whatnot. Mine more so leans on the alchemist side, brewing up potions of magical power or just of suspicious, mysterious brews. Dine used to work as a guild artisan in a different town, but decided to, as he was honing his craft, he decided to venture out to the world and go out adventuring. Hopefully it would improve his alchemist skills, if you will. Whereas Glasses has kind of a bit of a floofy hairstyle with a kind of casual, like business casual kind of look. Has a vest with an overcoat, sort of like a blazer coat, and has his trusty little satchel where he keeps all his supplies in. You would think it's a magical satchel with how much he can just pull things out of it without any trouble.
Yeah, it's like giving me Doctor Who vibes, kind of. I've never seen Doctor Who. I don't know anything about it.
The
but...
bag is bigger on the inside.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, okay.
Except he's actually just Mary Poppins, y'all.
He shows off that he is kind of a smart guy, but is also a bit of a doofus when it comes to his words.
And what race is he?
Oh, he is a human.
And
I knew I was forgetting
next.
something.
Notably not a rat.
Notably,
not a rat.
Jot this down, listeners.
But to return to the rats, we go to Archer.
Yeah, Archer is an archer. Born in the wilds, lived, grown up, taught by the wilds for most of his life until the people came and destroyed his home, using it for logging and other industrial uses. Today he lives in the city, doing his best to adjust to the new lifestyle, all the while waiting for his chance at revenge. Or maybe, I don't know, what's the word? Not losing it now. It's not vengeance, but
Justice.
justice. There you go.
Solution. Look it up. You need to learn more words.
No, but he is dark black fur. When you look at him, you can tell he's not really used to wearing these like human clothes. He's usually really didn't wear anything in the wild, just so you can tell he's very uncomfortable and keeping a close eye on Dine as well. Not really been together, but not truly trusting him yet. You can notice on his bow that it seemed to be modified a little bit for more close quarter style combat, which is not usually seen. So that's about it.
All right. Then we turn lastly to Corum.
Gorm Grandhammer is a dwarven man, tall-ish stature for a dwarf, who is definitely a little older. You can see in his braided beard and his pulled back hair, trying to be hidden with the way he wears it, a few streaks of gray. On his person, he has a hammer, and with a wolf's head on the back end, where the spike would be, and on the shield has his crest, which are two hammers crossed. He is also wearing a, wouldn't say it's fur, but basically like a fur-lined breastplate that he uses to keep himself safe. And he's currently sitting at the table waiting for Asi.
Yes, and as he is waiting, Corum is also fiddling with a writ that he was given by the receptionist downstairs. Corum, you will see in your handout section a decree. You can feel free to read over that, as I'm sure you've read over it once or twice by now. And when you're ready to share it with the group, I can reveal it to everyone. But we also have the manner of the satchel that Aussie carried this morning.
What about my satchel?
Currently full of cards.
Cards.
Yeah, cards. You guys are proficient in a game that has been sweeping the city. It is known colloquially as Fight Deck. Simple
Okay.
name, yes. But the important part is that the group that is pushing it, the Church of the Changebringer, is trying to substitute it for all forms of duels in the city. They want it to become the replacement for public violence.
Oh my god, we're living in Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's the City of Duels arc all over again.
It's Battle City.
You guys have studied it a little bit and have acquired a collection of cards as being brought in by Aussie this morning, and are now considered proficient with it, to the point where you get to add your proficiency bonus. This is where I should state that we're playing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, the 2014 edition of Dungeons & Dragons, to match the Taldore campaign guide. It uses a D20 based system of rules for anyone who is not familiar with that, which is a 20-sided die. You'll roll that when you do most checks in the game, which refer to any action that has a chance of failure. Those skills and attacks will help narrate the story, and drive forward the tale that we're telling tonight. On that, I think I'll reveal the decree if that's okay, Corum.
It says here, attention all adventurers within the city of Iman. Recent events have led to the disappearance of dozens of individuals. Found at each of the sites where these individuals were last seen were cards associated with the new game, quote-unquote, Fight Deck. Anyone providing information related to these disappearances that lead to a resolution will be rewarded. We must present this writ at the office of the Master of Law to obtain a meeting to present our findings. Please remember that any investigation must be down within the bounds of law. That means you four. Well, you three especially.
I've always followed the law. Human law.
You violated the
optional.
law.
I've said it once before, I'll say it again. This whole fight deck business, it doesn't really sit right with me.
Oh, I have a feeling it's not sitting right with a lot of people.
Especially the people that disappeared.
Those were the people I was implying.
I
Maybe you
was
should imply it a bit better there, Cora.
Perhaps.
So with this collection of cards, you all spend the better part of the morning creating decks that you think can take on most challenges. Something I'm sure you're all very familiar with. But it takes some time. And with that time, you all mull over and discuss your next moves. You realize that there's a few different places you could start. You all know of a couple of different places that hold tournaments for this fight deck that have started up, taverns that hold games for the night, and the winners take a prize. You know that the temple is the main distributor of the cards, thanks to an acolyte that makes them. As you all talk about it, kind of vague on how they make them, in the sense of they don't let anyone know their process. You also have the classic places to go where people tend to disappear in the slums, the nexus points of sewer connections and alleyways. You know that there are plenty of people who work with organizations and underhanded groups like the Clasp that could be doing it as well and just be using this as a disguise. So those are the major options that you discussed this morning as you just chit chat about what you could do today.
I think we start at the temple. I feel that I might have some rapport with these people,
And
being a rat of the church. I think I might be able to talk to them, and if we can get information from them, like the more we can get from them, the better. I would much rather go to a temple than just look around alleys hoping we find something.
and can I recall who the clasp are?
Yes, you can make an intelligence check for me.
16.
Sure.
16's pretty good.
All right, with a 16, you know a good deal about the Clasp. You know that the Clasp is, well, it started out as that cliche Thieves Guild organization. The group of murderers and bandits that came together to form a set of rules for those who would be doing no good. And in time, they grew powerful enough to enforce it. And you know that in the recent events of the city, um, that happened 26 to 27 years ago, when the Thordak the Cinder King came back, the whole plot of Campaign 1 of Critical Role, the beginning plot of Campaign 1 with the Chroma Conclave arrived. The city was kind of mostly destroyed. And it was the Clasp who got a lot of people using their network of tunnels under the city out. Um,
Okay.
so the Clasp is seen not only as the bad guys, but also kind of as the good guys, at least in the sense of they're the gentleman bandits. But they're still not the good guys.
They'll still take all
They're
your
not.
stuff.
They'll still take everything for saving you, but
Just
at
not your
least you're
life.
alive.
Yeah. Okay.
Anti-heroes.
Hate those guys.
Gray moraled people are the worst.
Oh.
Very interesting that they have their own code that they follow for a bunch of miscreants.
Oh, miscreants. You're always often to put people down that work a little bit dirtier than you do.
I'll have you know that brewing potions and the like can be quite messy.
I believe you're about to find a world far messier than any potion you've ever produced.
I mean, that's why I adventure.
Really? I thought it was for the money.
I mean, the money is a good deal of it, but it's also just to venture out and hone my craft. But of course, I need to experience every bit of adventuring that I can.
Well, it sounds like we're about to experience a temple.
I
You all-
probably know things about
Transition
temples.
slides.
You
Maybe.
probably do. Do you
What?
want to roll to see what you know about temples, or do you just want to go and see what happens?
I kind of want to roll to see what we might be getting into.
All right, so roll me a religion check specifically, because we are doing your knowledge of the Changebringer.
All right.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It is indeed very good. You know that she's often depicted as a young woman with with dark complexion and long light brown hair that cascades to form the road left behind her. Most art shows her in constant motion, ever leading into the unknown. The change bringer is she who makes the path. She champions freedom, travel, trade, and adventure across the lands. She's very big on luck favors the bold, that change is inevitable, and to rise up against tyranny.
I'm ready to go check it out.
I had one quick question,
Go for it.
which was basically it said that I don't remember if it didn't say a number, but it basically said dozens of individuals. Do we know of any individuals that have gone missing recently? Like anybody we actually knew?
Make me a percentage check.
Absolutely.
Just roll me a percentage roll to see if you
Uno
have.
momento.
And pick high or low.
Hi.
No, you don't know anyone personally.
Not my problem then.
Not my problem.
I guess we're just in it for the money.
And the cards. I want to figure out what's going on with these cards.
They
These
just
cards are
probably
pretty
summon
interesting.
monsters that kill people.
Oh my god, speaking of cards, Asiago, did you get any good ones?
None that taste as good as they look.
I don't think you're supposed to eat the cards, Aussie.
That wasn't in the rule book.
Correct. Which is why you don't eat it. There's no rule saying when to.
But there was no rule saying I shouldn't.
What did they taste like? Did they taste like human skin?
Did they taste like human skin? Can I roll that?
You
Does he know
roll
does he
that.
know the taste of human skin?
I mean,
Oh,
he
I
can.
definitely know. I
Has he ate
definitely
human
know.
flesh before?
He
I
can.
I'm
definitely
gonna
know the
say
taste of human
yes.
skin.
You know the taste of human skin, and the answer is no. They do not taste of human skin.
He's tasted man flesh.
They do not taste of human skin, although I didn't dislike the taste.
Well, it's like I've heard somewhere. Experience is the name everyone gives to their mistakes. Wait, friggin' pull out a book and flip through it. Does that actually apply to this situation?
It's as close as anything else.
I look at Six and Archer, and I chitter, making fun of the idiot looking through the book.
We all just start laughing.
I feel like I've been insulted.
Don't worry about it.
So you
Fair
may
enough.
leave your office.
Who knows how to get to this temple?
I would
we
assume
probably
Six
do,
would.
most likely.
Leads the way, taking you through the main thoroughfare up to the gate to go through the city walls. You are, of course, hassled slightly and let in, as most people are. But the Temple District is one of the first stops in the city from the entrance that you took. So the walk itself is very short. You pick up food along the way and you're munching it as you arrive at the Temple of the Changebringer, a smaller temple in the city itself. It boasts several rooms off of a main entrance hall and has a few number of attendants out and about right now, handling inquiries about, well, cards. There seem to be several lines formed outside of the temple. You all hop into one of them as you are chatting.
What are the lines here for?
The attendants that are taking questions right now.
Ah, gotcha.
Can I try to cut in line?
You definitely can try.
Definitely. What do I roll?
I'd like you to make me a stealth check.
I have a
13.
+6. These rolls are so bad.
Look, that's because you're bad. Got him.
Because you're walking
A
around with a
13
hand
does-
pie.
Yeah,
It
made
does
out of
get you
human
a
skin or something.
Slurping.
It does get you into line for quite a while, until the slurp gets you caught.
Just eating very loudly.
And dejectedly you return to your group. But the
But-
line is moving very quickly. You
Are there
see you've
any-
got maybe 12 groups ahead of you. But they're handling at a pace of about 2 minutes a group.
Can I rifle the people in front of me through their pockets to see what cards they have?
That would be a sleight of hand check.
For loose cards.
Yeah.
This guy's
got
stealing
you.
cards.
Bro's gonna get us kicked out of the.
In people's
Oh, shit.
pockets. Oh,
I have a +9 to sleight of hand.
With
He
the
really wants to be able to steal.
21, you managed to snag a couple cards.
Ooh, I'm gonna huddle in close. What'd you get?
The
Do you peep them
bacon
now,
initiator.
or do you peep them later?
I want to peep them. I want to peep them now. I'm feeling full.
1 and 43.
jeez.
One is a piece of garbage. It literally, the
Dumb and
card is
trash.
called piece of garbage.
Tis one of my favorite cards.
Good core
Garbage.
card, but it doesn't really do much.
It's a role
You know,
player.
right?
It does what it does.
But
its
the
archetype.
43, you get an interesting one. It's got nice art on it, and it actually looks like it's painted, not just like scribbled doodles, which is what a lot of the art looks like, just hand drawn, black and white drawings. But this looks to be painted with color, which is the fancier versions of the cards.
I
Wow.
lick it.
Why did you just do this?
Can I tell anything from the taste of the paint?
Oh, fair enough. Carry on.
You do need to make a check. I think I want it to be a nature check.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit.
They weren't wearing gloves.
That's true. I can see that they do not have gloves. They're right in front of us.
Well, how do we know that the people in front of us are the ones that painted the cards?
Oh, you meant the painter didn't have gloves. That's weird that you know that.
That is weird.
Oh, I can tell. I did just lick the card.
Is this a painting of anything significant? Like something we would recognize?
That is depicting a battle scene from history. So yes,
Oh,
Sure.
it is something that you would be able to recognize, as it's based off of other paintings that have been done before.
it was a
like
fancy
a-
looking card. Do we think... is this abnormal for these cards? You said that most of them are like doodles, right?
Yeah, most of them are like charcoal sketch drawings. They're not super detailed. They're just black and white and maybe a little bit of shading, like at best. They're not like painted images like this.
But some of them are.
Some of them are,
Okay.
and those ones go for a very high price.
Okay. So they
They're
do
fancy.
exist.
I'm gonna
Yes.
put this in my satchel before someone else sees it.
I would like to listen. Hear anything interesting from the other conversations?
Okay, make me a perception check.
19.
With a
Okay.
19, you hear that there's a common theme today of what the questions are asking about. Most of them are coming to ask whether or not the writs they receive are real.
Yeah, the ones we just received.
Okay. Do I hear the answer?
As you guys get closer to the front, you hear two groups ahead of you. So, yes, theirs is real. Then the next group ahead of you, yes, theirs is real. And then finally, you guys are presented with your opportunity to speak to one of the acolytes of the Church of the Chainbringer.
I'll take it from here.
I would hope so.
Is this... I don't know how much the churches work together. Probably not too much, so it's probably not someone I know, right?
You can
Depends.
always roll me a chance check and see if there is.
Sure. What?
A D100 and declare high or low, and I'll in my head assign a number that you have to get under or over.
I'm gonna say hi.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
91 is
Damn.
good. So yes, you do happen to know this person.
Okay. What's his name? Or her name?
His name is Michael. Just a standard human name.
Would have been crazy if its name was Stuart.
Okay. I know this guy. His name is Michael.
Settle down, Andrew. He's not little.
Stuart. Okay, so I guess I'll come up to Michael and I'll grab the writ from Corum, and I'll bring it up to him and I'll just say, we got this writ. It sounds like it's real, but what's going on with the cards here? Is there anything strange happening I should know about?
What do you mean?
Well, I guess let me rephrase that. I'm really interested in getting some new cards from you, I heard that you have some really nice ones, some special ones. How do you guys make them? I'm lying. Do I need to make like a
Yeah.
deception check or something?
Yeah, make me a deception check.
Okay, I should have said that. Sorry. Ooh, okay.
He starts looking around at the other acolytes and sees someone coming out of the church and waves them over. They have a quick, quiet exchange, whispered to one another, and the other one's like, "Oh, fine," and gestures to go behind them, essentially. And Michael quickly says, "Quick, come on, your group, quick."
I owe you, Michael. If you ever need bodies decomposed, let me know.
Gross, but come on.
Oh,
That's only
quite a-
mildly concerning.
Quite a service at a reasonable price.
What do you mean? What price? Free?
Free.
A favor for a favor is a thief's friend.
Hmm.
You know that's the smartest thing you've ever said.
As you're ushered inside, you see that individual takes Michael's place in dealing with this line. And Michael leads you inside the church. The church is nothing too special. It's not one of the wealthier ones here, but
Because we're
It-
still in the
that-
slums, right?
no, you're in the Temple District proper.
Okay, we are actually
Temple
in
District
Temple District.
proper, yeah. It's still not one of the wealthier ones. It's
Okay,
not
no
one of
problem.
the biggest ones here.
No problem. Just
Um,
double checking.
It's nice, don't get me wrong. It's still like marble walls but
It's just old now.
yeah, and it's smaller than some of the bigger ones.
My temple's nicer.
Your temple's in the sewer.
And
She said what she
I,
said.
I did. I said it with my whole chest.
But Michael
Interesting.
leads you into a side room where there is currently no one else, and takes out from his hip satchel a stack of cards.
Are these
Can I try to swipe them as he brings them out?
Please don't do that.
Can I try to stop him?
If he does that, I'm swatting his hand.
I reach my hand up and then it gets swatted immediately.
The other two rats just go.
Yeah.
We asked you how the cards are made, not if we wanted to play a game.
No. The reason I'm showing you these is because these have never been seen before.
Does that mean they've never been tasted before?
Aussie, not now.
Stop it.
Definitely. And he lays them out on the table, and their artwork is immaculate.
Ooh. Who painted these?
I don't know.
Where do they come from?
Where do
I
they go?
was- I'm kind of
Nope.
hoping you all can find out.
When did they first appear in your things, or when did you notice them?
They kind of started showing up about a month ago. And as you're looking over these cards are individuals, named people with titles.
Am I able to kind of get a closer look at the cards and try to, because Dine suspects that there could be some alchemy involved.
Yeah, go ahead. That would be an Arcana check, is what you would be rolling to look over these cards. Chemically, you don't sense anything going on. It's definitely not a matter of potion transition.
Can I try to see if there's anything magical going on with them? I suspected it when we were in line, but then thought surely not. But now I'm a little more wary. I feel like there might be something magic going on.
How are you wanting to determine if they're magical?
I'll try using my divine sense to see if anything's making me tingle.
So what does your
You got
divine
the-
sense
Does she have the
look
Peter
like?
tingle?
Yeah. Oh, what does it look like? Ooh. I just, as I'm holding the card, I pick one of them up, and I start channeling my goddess, Talona. And you see me as I'm holding it and looking at it. You see like little faint visions of moths, kind of like flapping around my head and around the room, and they're kind of like coming in and out, like smoke, kind of popping in and out.
You do sense an evil presence coming from these cards.
Ooh.
Lingering evil.
I
Stinky.
knew something felt off about these.
Can I tell, since they're people, do I happen to notice whether or not they're from the missing peoples list?
Make me an intelligence check to see if you recognize any of the names.
You stupid.
You don't recognize any of the names.
Asiago, did you notice something? What were you thinking?
Oh, I was thinking one of these tasted as good as the one I tasted earlier.
What is with you and wanting to taste everything?
It makes me feel more familiar with my surroundings.
We're basically blind, you jerk.
Oh,
My
that actually
apologies.
explains a lot.
Maybe you would know more if you tasted more.
I'll pass on that, thank you. But I didn't mean to insult. I was just
Do you not-
curious.
I mean,
I
thinking-
chittered to both
Yeah.
companion rats.
We're shaking our head and chittering.
Yeah.
Don't like it when they do that chattering. It makes me nervous.
You what?
You don't
That's
like when we
racist.
talk?
We're talking, you racist.
This is our language.
I'm not a fan of your breathing, but here we are.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it in a negative way. Anyway, what's up with these cards?
Sounds like they're evil.
There's like an evil presence coming off of these, but I don't know what that means.
Is it evil juju, or is it evil like bad, demonic, or not nice?
This is fiendish evil.
Which is devil.
Oh, one of the worst kinds.
What?
Are you-
I'm
Yes.
gonna hand one of the cards to Corum. Can you make anything out on this?
Well, I mean, I can read it. But as far as what it feels like when I hold it, I feel the same. I don't recognize the picture.
Michael, my boy. These cards are evil.
You got devil cards.
You got devil
You got
cards.
devil cards.
These cards
No,
are.
I
I'm
don't.
not having a good time.
You have devil cards.
Oh, shit.
Oh
You
no!
gave them to us.
Oh god.
Now we've been
Yeah,
cursed.
reversed.
Michael's
Michael,
a bad guy.
How could you do this?
I mean, I'm not gonna tell anybody, but just please take them and get rid of them, and find out where they came from.
What is it worth
We-
to you?
Yeah, what is it worth to you? That's a very good question.
We're not charging the church anything for this.
Charging
Oh,
them a very normal amount of money.
we'll be charging the church.
I won't be taking any money from the church.
I can pay you in cards.
I will take cards.
I could take stuff, that's fine. Whatever.
I can
Devil
take.
cards?
I am fine with whatever. I am just very curious of this whole phenomenon. This whole fight deck situation has always been fishy to me.
What if we played a game with one of these cards?
That sounds
It
dangerous.
does sound dangerous, but how else are we going to figure out what it is?
You wanted the adventure.
Fair point, Archie.
Don't call me that.
There's 25 cards here, by the way.
How many are in a deck?
Minimum 40.
We got
Mm.
most of a deck's worth of fancy cards.
Okay, so we might have to go find the rest of them and then play it.
Or put them with ours.
I say we go explore a little and see if we can find more to put together. Michael, have you seen these cards popping up anywhere else or heard anything about it?
No one else has mentioned them finding cards.
Have an
Interesting.
idea.
Yeah, yes. Who's in charge around here?
That would be the high priest.
They
Point
don't
me.
make cards though, right?
Correct.
Point me in their direction.
Of the high priest?
Yes.
What are you, a Karen?
Show me to the president.
Give me your man. Give
me your high priest.
give me the Pope right now.
Give me the Pope right now.
Yeah, I can't really just tell you where the
Just,
high
like,
priest
go
is.
Get the high
Hmm.
priest, man.
Is it possible
Um,
we can make an audience with them?
Maybe if we have something good.
I mean, we got devil
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah, that's the opposite of good, actually.
Yeah, technically that's evil. But I know what you mean. I have a thought.
What's your thought?
There are a bunch of places that play the game, correct?
Yes.
What if we go to one, show off a couple of these cards, and see if there's anybody who knows where we could get more? We could say we got them recently, we won them off of somebody, and say we're looking to be in the market to get more of them.
That's a good idea.
We could also see if there's anyone who happens to recognize the people on these cards.
Yes, or any of the things.
Yeah.
Just because we are stupid does not mean everyone is.
Do we have information, or do we already ask this if we have information about who exactly went missing?
Yeah,
I assume we have
we've-
some names.
We've been inconclusive, I thought.
I think the conclusion was we didn't know any of those people. Like
Correct.
when I read the missing person's report and I go, I don't know those people. But I do know the names of those people now because I've read the
Do you
report.
guys have a written list written down right now? Probably not.
Yeah.
Have you seen a list before? Yes. You
Could we
guys
get
have
a hold
seen-
of another one? Probably.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Could you probably get one? Yeah.
We
Yeah, we
should
probably have another
also
bag.
we should also stop somewhere to get a list of these. Maybe the guard has it, whoever issued the writ, and
I could go back to where I got the writ.
try to find their
see if we can do
families, see if they recognize anyone on these cards.
Michael, do all the cards just appear? Or just these?
Just those. The others are made, as far as I know.
Is the card that Asiago stole? Is it the same as these ones? Like, does it look similar?
Maybe not now because it's kind of slimy.
Well, yeah, because he.
wet.
Well, it's
Tastes
dry by now. Come on.
Yeah. No, I assume you licked it again.
No, I already licked
Just
it
like
once.
licking it periodically.
No,
Um,
I'm already familiar with it. Why would I lick it again? That's
So
silly.
no, these look much more realistic than
Didn't like the art that was on that one.
the art that was on the other.
Okay.
Almost like the difference between like an oil painting and a photograph.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for.
I thought something odd was about them.
Thank you for giving these to us, Michael. We will take care of it.
Yes, thank you for your evil cards. I'm sure we will be having them.
I do like having more things.
Yes, I love having things that might be cursed.
In that case, who wants to carry the devil cards?
I hang around with a couple of people who might be cursed.
Yes, so do I. I look pointedly at you.
Yeah, and I was looking at y'all.
Well, the only thing we have to fear is
The devil?
fear itself. Yes.
Shall we go check out some locations where they play?
Where are our locals?
Where are your locals?
I mean, I assume they're somewhere out in the slums. Like,
The ones,
ones
that
we
you
would know
attend,
about.
Yes.
Can we attempt to attend some that are not our locals?
Yeah. You know of one that you know of an inn that has games going all the time. The Laughing Lamia Inn.
Laughing Lamia.
Lamia. Well, I guess we pack up the cards and make tracks.
Do we know how to get there?
It is in Abadar's
Campaign over.
Promenade.
Okay.
Oh, it's in the
Okay.
promenade.
That's a walk.
We could probably get there faster if we go via sewer.
Don't know if that's true.
Well, we
It could be the same distance.
You two are on your own, but we could.
Fair enough.
Sure. We'll meet you there.
So, which group is going to the sewers? The rats?
The rats.
I believe
Obvious.
Okay. On the way to the sewers, you all oversee a scuffle happen between two individuals. You see a man roughing up another man in an alley.
Are they yelling at each other?
No, they're not yelling.
so. No, you just saw them, so they're not making any noise.
Oh, they're making
you-
noise.
He said you oversee them, not overhear them.
They're making noise. They're just not yelling, and they're keeping what they're saying quiet enough that it's between them.
I'm a slink over there and listen.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
Did anyone else like to slink and listen?
I don't know how
I'm-
well I can.
Rip.
I'm gonna lean very close to James and also try to listen.
Also, make me a stealth check. You overhear them saying, one of them to the man that is currently holding the other man up against the wall, forearm on the throat. I know you know where they went. Tell me. And the man who is being accosted, after choking a little bit, just gets out, front pocket. You watch. I'm assuming you continue to watch.
Yeah.
How close are we to them?
You are about 15 feet away.
I attempt to stay out of sight and slink near-ish, like closer, within an arms and a
Within
half.
grabbing
Within
distance.
grabbing
Yeah,
range.
within-
Grabbing distance.
Yeah, within grabbing.
Oh
distance.
god.
Okay. Make me another
I'm-
stealth check.
Oh.
This one's not as good.
I am not doing that, but I do look back at Six and chitter for her to come over.
I gesture at him, like, as if to say, what do you want me to do about it? But then I try to get a little closer. Shall I roll a stealth check?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah, I guess I'll try. I don't think I can be very stealthy. Just kidding. I'm so stealthy.
It's your rat. It's your intrinsic rat nature.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It is in the nature of rats to be sleepy.
I'm just
And she
clattering
rolled with
stealthily.
disadvantage and hit an 18.
Sneaky, sneaky. With her +2
I know.
compared to your guys'
Yeah.
6s and 7s.
I've got like an incense burner and I'm just like super
just like-
sneaky.
She's like clink, clink,
Clink,
clink.
clink.
So we have a couple different positions. If everyone could drag their token out onto the map, that would be great for me.
Oh, this is like just to kind of show like where everybody is.
Yeah,
Like
this
we
is so
we
you
walked we
understand-
immediately walked off and saw this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's like we were following with you until you guys got to the sewer, and then we were gonna break up. And
But
like
this
we were on the
happened
way to the sewer.
before the sewer. Yes,
The
exactly.
sewer entrance. So
Well, I'm gonna turn and like make sure the other two are paying attention just in case something happens. So I kind of give them a hand
Okay.
signal.
So as that hand signal happens, these two notice little rat boy,
what? What a surprise!
which is enough for the one pinned up against the wall to slink out of the grip. He darts down the alleyway and throws down a smoke bomb. The party, responding quickly and through a series of rolls, manages to start following behind. Asiago darts and jumps over the smoke field, clinging to the wall, parkour style, and jumping off, bounding afterwards. Corum charging through, just straight barreling through the tiefling, bouncing him into the wall and darting straight into the smoke. Dine takes off down the other way, hoping to cut him off at the pass, leaving the tiefling on the ground with Six and Archer. Six attempts to intimidate the individual, but after just a slow get up, it's obvious that there's going to be a skirmish in Archer's eyes, and he draws his bow. Hot, the arrow ready to fly, and then footsteps. The tiefling's just taking off running. Maybe the intimidation worked, but either way, the chase continues. Movement down the alleyways and across rooftops, they follow along the ways, watching as they go past alley and alley. And finally, they pin him down in a corner with an intimidating shout from Corum. Dine tries his best to persuade him to stay calm. The tiefling, lost behind thanks to Asiago's tactics, is now pinned between Asiago and a catching, stealthy Archer. And finally, the halfling, trying to find his line out, is tackled to the ground. The group now finds themselves back in the slums. This chase having spanned rooftops and across the city walls itself, they had moved farther than they realized.
And I basically am just doing effectively what the tiefling was doing to the halfling. I just kind of got him up on the wall, except without like the choking. Don't do anything. I do not really want to fight. I don't really know who you are, and I don't really care.
Do apologize for the roughness. We really do just want to ask questions. Do apologize again for the brutish approach.
Archer,
Mhm.
you see him now pinned. He recognizes he's pinned. Is there anything you want to do in the moments where he's making his decision?
So I guess I'll move up and reveal myself. So that way he knows for sure that I'm there, and then also just have my bow drawn and just be like, chill out, bro. Don't do anything dumb.
A cool image. A rat stepping out of the shadows with his bow drawn.
Yeah, after he just turned around and I like Assassin's Creed front flipped off the
Yeah.
fucking roof.
It's like, hey, there's a rat here. Also, there's a rat here. You are surrounded by rats.
It's Rats, the musical.
It's rats all the way down.
Dine, is there anything you want to do?
No, not really. Kind of just standing here after Corum has the halfling in place. I just kind of stay in the same spot that I am.
And on that, the cutthroat does not try to wrestle out of your grasp, but instead wrestles out a whistle and blows it.
I don't think that's a friendly whistle.
Corum,
I'm just gonna try and like more truly grapple him, so that I can basically start moving him with me. If you want me to roll now, I can. If you want me to wait.
Go ahead and roll that athletics check. And that will be against his acrobatics, which is just his dex. Okay, so
Rolled
if
even
he-
worse. What a nerd. Yeah, so I'm basically just kind of like gathering him up into one arm, like kind of in like a half Nelson, so I can kind of control him, so that we can I can make him move with me.
Asiago.
I'm gonna try to slide of hand, like grab him, like pat him down real quick, as he walks up and his attention is on the rat now that has a bow on him. I'm gonna try to like pat him down and remove any weapons.
Hey, welcome
Roll
to the
two.
two gang.
He'll make an opposing athletics check.
Oh god,
Don't
he's good.
like that.
Yeah, he like reaching to get whatever weapon he has, and he just like grabs your hand.
It's a
Oh,
warhammer
jeez.
that he has.
Don't like that.
Yeah, like
Speaking
your
of
hand
which-
gets on the top of it, his hand goes over top of yours.
He's gonna just draw that warhammer and look at you, and drop the hammer. He's
Oh,
gonna
he's gonna
make an
hit me?
attack against you. Yeah,
Oof.
those are
Oh.
10 hit.
So
No.
that-
I have a 14.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was like, it's unlikely that a 10 hits.
He does get a second attack, but a 9 won't
That
hit
all
you.
does not hit.
Yeah,
He does get a third attack,
but
but
a
a 9
9.
won't hit
Wow.
you.
This guy
But a 9
sucks.
does
He
not hit.
does get no, he doesn't get a fourth.
Okay.
He does get the DM fiat. Actually, he'll just hit you anyway.
So
Actually,
yeah,
I think it's
he
better.
swings at me, and I take a couple of little quick ducks,
Yeah.
ducks and dances, like almost like a cartoon character.
Weep, weep, weep.
Precisely. And we move on to 6.
I think I'm
Yeah,
just
I've
gonna.
got them held, so you could go through their pocket
Yeah,
if you wanted.
I think I'm gonna try to go through their pocket. So I'm gonna walk forward, and I'm gonna slap the whistle out of their hand so they can't do it again.
Stop it!
And then I'm also gonna try to go through their pockets.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
That's pretty
Okay,
good.
okay.
That's
Very good.
bullshit.
Pretty good.
Mine's a 9.
Well, look, maybe just roll good.
Don't
maybe
roll
you
a
should
two.
maybe you should just be blessed amongst their people.
True. Maybe you should worship Telona a little harder.
Yeah, like she, Jesus, she is blessed amongst her people, and you are an
Not.
edgy rat boy.
You take out of his front pocket a note. It is folded over and sealed with wax. And as it leaves his pocket, it bursts into flame.
Ah,
I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I will try.
He'll be fine. 10's not terrible. It might not. It might be okay.
You will let go of it, obviously.
Fair.
Yeah. Drop it on the ground.
So it's going to drop on the ground, and it will burn for now, but you'll have the option to try to put it out next round.
Okay.
We've got company.
Yeah, for shooting people, I guess I'm just gonna start shooting.
Anyway, I started blasting.
Mark, my
Rat-
boy right here.
Hit him with the rat-a-tat-tat because you twitch.
Hit him with the old hee 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 hee. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark, my tiefling boy right here. And then I'm gonna fucking shoot his ass. Does a 15 hit?
15 does not hit Tiefling Boy.
We'll try
Hmm.
again. What about 17?
17 does hit.
Nice.
There we go. So
Damage
we
time,
know
baby.
we basically figured out the number. It took 2 rolls. Whoo, dang.
You're gonna kill this
Double
man.
sixed him. I mean, probably not. Beat the shit out of him.
Bonus action, move, and attack.
Yeah, the bonus action attack, I will not move. I'm fine here.
Okay. Then we go to
I don't know if you're fine there, to be honest, but
Nine.
Dine next.
I basically take note of the other halflings that have appeared. I turn to and I will cast Ray of Frost.
Casting ray of frost on the one that's south of you.
Yes.
A 15 will hit.
It's pretty good.
So I basically turn to Dine's left, notices the halfling there, and reaches into his satchel for a mysterious elixir from his satchel that is glowing a very mysterious blue aura. He uncorks it and points the bottleneck towards the halfling, and a ray of frost shoots out, hitting the halfling.
Why does it have to always be halflings?
Well, hopefully this one will have a bit of cold feet. Oh, I'm gonna write that one down.
Please don't.
Any movement?
Just take a little bit of a step back.
So that's who's up next. He'll take a couple steps forward and then throw a dagger at the barbarian. Does an
18's good.
18 hit?
Yep. Yeah, that'll get me. Whew, holy.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Dang.
Okay, fair enough. Now I'm just like all of them.
You're a rat?
No, I meant the halflings.
Oh.
Corum, still breathing, are you?
I'm fine. I've heard worse. You're a lot better though.
This one moves up and throws a dagger at Dine.
Ooh, 23 is pretty good.
I'd say 23 is.
6.
Oh, that's not bad.
Now we get to focus in on this gentleman. He's gonna try to break free.
Do you want me to roll an athletics to oppose?
No.
My minimum is 8, but I'll just roll it anyway.
Whew.
He's experiencing the dwarven natural reflex to grab on tightly to whatever they were holding whenever they get stabbed.
And with that, we move to Corum.
All bonus action rage, please. I would
Yeah,
like the
fix-
rage.
Especially since that guy hit you dead in the kidney.
I'm going to not have a good night. And then I had my shield out, and I was holding him with my basically non-weaponed hand. I kind of like set it down, like it kind of dropped it. I'm going to drop the shield and grab the hammer. And while I'm still holding this guy with the one hand, I'm going to beat him with this hammer. For what
Beat
his
him
friend
with
did.
a hammer. Do it. 19 will hit.
Let's do 10. And let's do it again. Ooh, I don't know if a 13 hits though.
A 13 will not hit.
And then can I move the two of us? Like, can I move to here and kind of get some like cover from this guy?
I'll allow that.
Get here and basically kind of just I just like slam him into the wall with the hammer and I'm just kind of like walking away. That really hurt. You should tell your friend not to throw knives.
I concur, even.
Santiago.
I guess I'm going to attempt to nail this guy with my short sword. I wanted to disarm him, but he swung at me, and I don't like that.
You're gonna nail this guy?
I'm going to nail this guy to the
Your
ground.
tieflings?
So
Have you ever taken tiefling fetish?
he's about to find out if I have a tiefling fetish.
No, I was saying, have you ever tasted tiefling flesh?
Oh, tiefling flesh? It's not as good as human flesh.
Right. That's upsetting that you actually know the difference.
I'm not. I imagine I can't bonus action hide for advantage.
No.
I'm gonna stab with sneak attack because of
Your rakish audacity?
yeah, that one.
Ooh. You're both wailing around each other.
We're like ducking and dodging, dipping.
Yeah, you're both probably too focused on not getting hit as opposed to hitting.
I kind of want to move, but I feel like if I move away, he's just gonna turn on James. I am gonna take a step here, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. It's now the Enforcer's turn. He's got a tough decision.
Just have him go shoot this archer. Or hit this archer with a hammer.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna go hit the archer with the hammer. You get an
No.
attack of opportunity against him.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, is 16 the number?
16 does hit.
Okay.
17, not bad.
One good, two bad. That's fine.
All right, Archer, are you ready?
I'm ready.
16,
Hits.
13
Ooh,
points.
hit him with
bludgeoning
all.
damage. 9,
Miss.
26.
Oh,
Hit you with that-
Miss.
He hit you with that feint
He crit.
and then got you with the real one.
For 12
Oh my
bludgeoning
gosh.
damage.
after I took a step to the left and jumped on a box, he tried to break away from me, and as he did, I swiped him and got him in the arm, and he's bleeding in James's face.
So now we move on to Six's turn.
Since this guy keeps trying to get away and I don't want him doing that, I am going to cast.
Or you can try
Natures.
and put out that
Oh yeah.
note.
Can I do that as a bonus action? Can I just like stamp it out?
I'll allow that. If
Okay.
you're not going to also pick it up, I'll allow it just to stamp it out via bonus action.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stamp it. Stomp on it with my little feetsies.
Just a little tiptoe on it.
Is it put out or is it like a magical burning fire?
It does appear to be put out.
Okay, I'm gonna keep my foot on it so it doesn't like blow away. And then I'm gonna turn to this halfling that's being restrained, and I am going to cast Nature's Wrath on him.
Wow, that's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them.
So basically, I'm going to look at him and start channeling my goddess. And instead of vines coming up to hold him, the floor around him is going to start kind of like smoking with spores. And then these like stiff red and purple mushrooms come up around him and like ensnare him in a cage.
That's pretty good.
No! My mushrooms!
Gee.
So he just
Archer.
like smacks the mushrooms away.
But jumps out of the way.
Ah, fair.
He moves to where it would kind of get me, and I just kind of like break them. Like,
Yeah.
"Nope, I don't want to be in this. I did not ask for this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot him.
You're gonna try to move away from me?
That takes an action. Well, I'm just gonna get smacked again. I'm just gonna kill him and trust you to do the rest.
Okay. I don't get my sneak attack because you're within 5.
You do
Oh,
because
wait,
he's
yeah,
within
Get your
five
sneak
again.
attack because he's within 5.
Yeah, like the trick is you basically always get sneak attack.
Oh, okay.
That's your thing now. And you're like, no, I always get it. If I'm alone, I get it, and if I'm with my friends, I get it. 13 is not good.
That okay? Well,
Yeah, you got bonked, dude.
Check
I'm
that.
real
Alright.
dizzy.
Seeing some stars.
I missed. Just dizzy as hell and try to fire off a couple quick shots before he could swing again and miss the mark.
Dine.
We will use up one of my spell slots to cast Ray of Sickness. Ooh.
Jeez.
An 11 doesn't hit.
Basically the same as last time, reaching into a satchel for an elixir bottle with a green glow. Uncorks it, points it towards the halfling, but unfortunately misses the mark and moves his arm too far to the side, and it just ends up hitting a wall.
He limp wrists the bottle. Doesn't
Yeah.
have as good an aim as it should have.
We'll go ahead and move to be adjacent to 6. Try to create as much distance as possible to the halfling now that yeah.
Sounds good. We now move on to this halfling over here, who's gonna throw a dagger at 6.
Oof.
It is.
For 6.
Okay.
Ow.
You're not adjacent to one of his friends, so you will not take the kind of damage I did.
Move on to the next one, who's going to take another dagger throw at Dine, who gets a +2 to his AC for being behind a box. So does a 12 hit you?
It does not.
Okay. This guy's gonna try to escape again. Hey, a 12 might
that's
actually
like
do it.
That's like a real number. Too bad.
You're just like choking the hell out of him. Just trying to get away.
No, I've still got him in the exact same half, Nelson. I'm just like holding on to the back of his neck, just like, nope.
No.
You and I, we are not done. My friend stabbed me.
Well then, Asiago, take your turn.
I'm gonna hide as a bonus action.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna move 10. I'm gonna swing my short sword with advantage.
Ooh,
nice.
Nice.
For
Good
20, good hit.
Ooh, good damage.
Good hit.
20's good. 20's good. Too bad he's gonna kill James and then kill you.
I don't think he's killing me. And I'm going to run away. Bye.
It's all you, Archer. You've got this.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna maintain here, and I'm going to actually. I am gonna move here, over by the bricks. I'm gonna move over on top of the bricks. I'm basically I'm gonna slink under the bench out of his point of view, and then I'm gonna jump up and swipe at his shoulder with my short sword as I come down. I'm gonna Marvel Cinematic Universe this guy. I'm like, you should be looking over here. And then as he turns to kind of see where he got struck from, I've taken 3 steps and I'm standing on top of some bricks, like some adorned champion, almost in a taunt.
Nice. Very nice. We move to Corum.
Yes, so I'm going to take my hammer, and I'm going to hit him with it again. So first hammer, we'll do another 10. Is he still conscious?
He is.
Oh,
That'll hit.
Well, that's not as good, but what are you gonna do? And then I'm gonna try and move like one more square. I'm basically just slowly moving us away from where they are. And my intention is I do not want to kill this guy. So whenever we get to final blow, it's just gonna be non-lethal. Yeah, as non-lethal as you can be with a hammer.
Yeah.
Meant for war.
Gently tap him. The gentle
Just like
bonk.
give him a little bonk. You're trying to send him to horny tail.
Yeah.
Basically.
I think the enforcer's just gonna try to give Bo Rat a bonk.
Yeah, hit him with that 3 more bonks. Get rid of him.
That was a 12 hit.
Does not.
Well, an 11 doesn't hit. So
Hell yeah, I'm fucking dip, dodge, duck, dive, and dodge.
Back to 6.
Back to me. Well, you got that guy pinned down. I'm not too worried
Oh,
about
yeah,
him
no,
anymore.
I'm-
Like he's pretty trapped. I'm wondering if I should try to get around here so that I can get like line of sight on Archer and make sure he does not die. I'm gonna say, "Fine, good luck," and I'm gonna take off this way.
It's just you and me, Dan.
Well, hopefully we can handle it,
Are you within range? now?
considering our wounds.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's only 1 mortal stabbing.
Worse than
Whoa.
what I have, but still.
Well, in the meantime, you should damage the one dude in front of you.
Yeah.
Or you could dash if you wanted to just guarantee getting in range. You could basically move again.
Yeah, I mean I could Misty Step.
Oh yeah, you get hardcore if you just want to spin the spell.
I think okay, I'll stay here, and instead I kind of just want to hit this guy.
You should.
Yeah.
And just hit him with like a toll or something.
Yeah, because y'all are like in a predicament, getting shot at, or like getting like knives and shit thrown at you.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, I'm gonna go over here.
Not my rat friends, not my problem.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna shout at you guys like down the alleyway. Don't know if you can hear me, but I'm gonna say,
We were rats. We have increased hearing.
true. I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm around the corner. I'm down here, and then
That's what them big ears were.
You're gonna squeak really loud.
I will sound the rat call, and then I'm gonna focus on this guy, and I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead. So what that looks like is I'm going to detach the censure from my belt. Oh, well he passed it, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you still tell
I'm
us
gonna
what
do
it
it
looks like.
anyway. I'm gonna detach the sensor from my belt, and it's gonna start smoking a lot more, and there's gonna be like red spores coming out of it. And as I'm like swinging it, kind of like towards this guy and getting like the spores on him, you hear like the toll of a really big bell somewhere from underneath the city. Yeah, I like the idea of like I'm calling from my temple, and the temple underground
Yeah,
and the sewers
and the
is like
temple.
they're
Well,
ringing their bell.
I was gonna say, so it could be that there's a slight tinkle, like bell, that you hear inside of the censure, and then you also hear a much larger bell.
Yeah, that's
from
cool.
under the ground.
It's like in response the
Yeah, it's
huge
like, oh.
bell.
Ding, boom.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't think it hits, but it was cool. It was cool
No,
imagery.
unfortunately, you saved.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're still doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're doing the Lord's work, and that's
I
all
am.
that matters.
I am doing Talon's work.
we moved to Archer.
All right, it's time to go shooting again.
Turn him into Ratatouille, baby.
19's probably good.
19 will hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom. That's okay. It's okay. You rolled garbage, but what are you gonna do?
Pretty rough. Attack number 2.
Oh,
So yeah, after dodging 1, 2, 3, as he's recovering from the third swing, kind of leaning to the side of him, and I quickly put an arrow in his shoulder and try to release the second one really fast as he stands up. But he stands up quicker than I think, and it kind of sails underneath his arm.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Elsewhere, in another part of the city.
with the repeating shot infusement, I will use with my black powder rifle. I will take aim and fire at this halfling down this way.
Ooh,
Oh.
roll.
Dine will take aim with his rifle as he, with his rifle being imbued with repeating shot, takes aim and fires, but it just misses and shoots at the halfling's feet, like the ground in front of him.
Yeah, you thought they were gonna move forward for more than they did. Let it slightly too much.
Well, with that bell bong, he's gonna throw another dagger at 6. No, he's not.
No, he is not.
Well, I mean, he is, but like,
I
it's
just
not
like-
very good.
I just like dip
He's
my
running
head,
out of daggers.
quickly dodge out of the way.
Deflect it with your little incense thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just swing it around, whip it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just whip it up, and then the freaking spherical thing just catches the
Yeah, just
dagger. And just
ting.
they freaking clash.
Because you're cool.
I am
Now we
cool.
got this guy throwing at Dine.
About to also run out of daggers.
That will not hit.
Also run out of daggers. Then we've got this guy.
Would he like to try and stab me this time?
Yeah, he's
trying
gonna
to
try to
run?
stab you with disadvantage. He's gonna draw a short sword. Does a 15 hit?
15 does hit because I don't have the shield. Because I'm holding him with my other hand.
Nice.
Well, that's fine. I take 5. Because I'm raging, baby.
You good over there, Corum?
Never better.
I'm gonna bonus action hide. I'm sorry.
Yeah, very hidden.
Remove the 2 here.
He's gonna be like, no, you're not hidden. I know where you were. You were standing on bricks.
And then I'm gonna swing my short sword.
Pretty far still hits though.
24. That's pretty good.
Maybe to get enough to get him to fucking look at me. I'm gonna attempt to duck behind the bricks as I shift my weight and fall forward.
You
Tumble,
just
make
basically
it
slide
look,
down them.
yeah, slide down, hit a roll, make it all look intentional. Slide to
It's
his
just not very
left
quiet.
as I slash at his leg, getting a big hit. Don't you want to swing at me, big boy?
Are you hitting on?
We moved to Corum.
All right, we are almost done here, right? And then I'm going to hit him one more time. Ooh, that misses.
That does.
All right, well, ooh, he stabbed me a little bit. It's thrown me off my game. Like, okay, we have a real fight on our hands now.
Chuck just turn around and blow his head off. He's trying to keep him alive. Don't let that happen.
Well,
Right,
basically, it's
Universus
we
gets
need
another turn.
we need some information out of him. Don't really want to kill him.
Says you.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna.
mean, if
swing
it comes
at
to it,
Stab
I'll
Rat.
kill him.
At Stab Rat? I mean,
Yeah.
I've only done like his whole health bar. You think he'd already be fighting me? That hits.
5 is totally chill.
That does not hit.
It's like if this one, this one
Yeah.
is way better to have because it's the crit. It's 11, and then you take 5 anyway.
So I'll take 10.
That's the enforcer. Now we move back down to 6.
And I actually step forward and try to take care of this guy.
Hit him with a
I
sword.
do have a sword, and I get 2 attacks and a divine smite, or just attack and divine smite?
You can replace the damage of one of your attacks with basically add a smite to it.
Okay, so I get
If you
2
hit,
attacks.
you just get to go, okay, cool. Actually, I'm smiting him.
Okay, I'm gonna step forward after like reaffirming my rat buddies are fine, and I'm gonna like unsheath my sword, and it kind of like you hear like bells and little like trinkets as I pull it out because it's got these like religious adornments on it.
A 16 will hit.
Yeah,
Would you like to add divine smite to it?
I
This
would.
damage.
I will be adding divine smite.
Are you adding a first level spell slot worth of divine smite or a second level?
Second level, we're going hard. Woo! Slice at this guy, and like a second after I slice at him, the wounds just like kind of look like they catch fire with spores, basically, and little mushrooms start sprouting out of it.
And then you have a second attack.
I do have a second attack. See if I can hit him again.
Yeah, I think you
Ooh.
hit him again.
Ooh. And then I'll just double down and I'll crack back immediately and like hit him even harder. So like the slash forward with the mushroom smite and then just the immediate slash back.
All right. He looks really hurt.
Well, now
Good
that I'm
show,
not,
6. Looks like that did some serious damage.
I'm gonna give him a look, but also I'll say thank you.
You're gonna chitter and laugh.
Yeah.
Archer.
I'll take that as an acknowledgement.
All right, we're gonna try and take him down. 12, 8.
He's gone.
Let's go. I
What's
fucking
up?
About time, James. If you had done that a turn earlier, I would have killed him.
So he turned around to fight an Asiago. So when he does that, I'm gonna pull the bow back and shoot him in, like right in the back of his knee, so he falls down to one knee. And then final shot, I put just right through the back of his throat. And then from that, you see the swarm kind of take over him and just start going to town.
Jeez.
That's spooky. What kind of bugs are they?
Dung beetles.
Dung beetles. They just roll them away.
Yeah, just roll him. Just like time to leave.
9.
Same as before. We'll take aim with my black powder rifle and shoot this halfling. 14 piercing. Not bad. Dine will takes his rifle out again. And as he is aiming it, you can see a faint glow from the rifle's chamber. Just as Dine pulls the trigger, and it lands a shot to the halfling's leg. From the bullet wound, you can see slight, like, blue smoke from his leg.
We now move to some of the halflings. The one in front of 6 is going to disengage and run like a bitch.
And bounce.
I mean, yeah.
Hey,
This one, seeing that his friend is bouncing, is also gonna bounce.
It's amazing that he can run on that leg of his.
You'd be surprised what adrenaline can do for you.
And the one that's getting bonked is gonna be like, "Hey, don't leave me!"
No, no.
and gonna try to stab you again.
11 is not hit.
We move on to the cheese man.
I'm gonna rummage his pockets. I want to rum this man's pockets.
Okay, you start rummaging through his pockets.
He's searching for
Well-
loose change.
We'll say you find a total of 25 gold pieces on him.
Okay, do I find anything else on him?
His hammer,
Didn't have any cards.
No cards.
no cards.
I'm gonna bonus action hide. I'm gonna disappear, chittering, echoing around. No cards. What a dull man. And I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna acrobatics on you. Want me to make an acrobatics check?
Yes, please. That's good enough.
As chittering echoes around where Archer is, I disappear, and small amounts of clanking on the rooftops as I vanish across them back towards my party.
And then we focus back on Corum.
I'll reckless attack hit the guy.
Okay.
So I'll have advantage. Well, that was bad. But that's okay. That's why I get 2. Is a 10 enough to finish this up? And knock this guy out.
Yeah.
And I basically knock him out, and then I kind of just like let him crumple. Go and pick up my sheep. Are we done?
6, you get one last initiative.
We have the person that we've been needing to talk to.
we do.
I don't
That we
think this
wanted
guy's
to
a
talk
threat.
to.
I don't think
Yeah,
six,
exactly.
I don't think 6 would do that. I think 6 would just let him run.
Okay. Then running he shall.
So I'm gonna move back over this way. And this
And
guy.
try to see if that paper is still there.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for that note that I stamped out.
Make me a perception check. You see that it has indeed moved.
Where's the note?
Am-
I can't find it.
Am I able to make a perception check since I'm adjacent?
Yes. You see that it has blown over.
I walk to pick it up.
You grab hold of the note.
It seems you were off just by a little bit more than a hair, 6. It's over here.
Gonna go pick this person up and just like toss him over my shoulder.
I'm gonna parkour off, landing here, but my tail will land on Brian's shoulder.
Yeah, it's like I throw it up, and then Asiago's just like touches, and ends up touching Gorm. And he's just like, "Why are you always right there?"
You look a little worse for wear.
Oh, please. I've run into tougher ruffians in the sewers under this city. That
You
guy was
lick off
nothing.
more than what you could handle.
Never. You'll find that when I'm crossed, I leave next to nothing.
This is the only one we got.
The only one that we had.
The others ran.
They weren't really our objective anyway. It was this person, yeah?
Which is why we have him.
He had a note on him. It burned up. I don't know if we'll be able to read it, but we can try.
You
What
will
about-
notice that there is a burning note in your handouts. If you would like to read it aloud, Dine.
Deliver any captured to the junction beneath the Laughing Lamia Inn. Come through the southern route. Password is the Raven's Call. You'll be paid in.
And then
Oh,
it's burnt
no.
up from there.
Well, at least we got the password.
Now, it looks like we have the password at least, and some sort of a route of exchange. Laughing
And
Lamia's Inn. I'm not familiar with that one.
Should be. It's where we were going.
That's where they had all the
Yeah.
the card games.
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
You know, we got shot at. Well, throw him
Since
at.
the guy's over Gorham's shoulder, can I attempt to run his pockets? See if he has anything else on him?
What happened to the
Sure.
tiefling?
He didn't make it.
Oh, then we should leave. Murder is illegal.
Murder's only illegal if there were witnesses.
I can take care of the body.
Yes, well, I don't want to be found
Uh,
dead body.
We could just leave.
We just have to take care of the bones.
What did you do to that tiefling?
It was not I, it was the swarm.
You find 2 more of the very
Hmm.
fancy cards.
Okay.
More cards.
See, you guys didn't even check his pockets. I can tell you've never spent time with any thieves.
Clearly.
I want whatever he had.
Well, these cards are of exquisite quality, like the ones we're after.
You're gonna lick them too.
And he licked them.
Do I learn anything extra about these cards by licking them?
Not
No.
surprised that he would lick them.
You learn they taste awful.
Well, I already knew that.
Yeah, that's all you've learned.
That's it.
They,
That's all I've
they
learned.
still taste awful.
That's how you know they're the same kind of card, right? Because they taste bad in the same way.
These are the same type of cards, maybe by the same person, not wearing gloves.
Where did you get these cards?
His
I'm gonna ask this
pockets.
guy. No, I'm asking the guy.
He's knocked out.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, no, I was just like, oh, you want to talk to him? Give me a second.
Well, I ask anyway
try and-
because I don't realize
I'll
he's knocked out.
I'll just try and shake him awake after.
I'll just poke him with the hilt of my sword, I guess.
Except now I'm like holding. I got him like a full Nelson. I'm just like,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to just kind of let our guard down a little bit. So Dai just kind of just puts his rifle over his shoulder.
he just kind of like,
with the strap.
yeah, it's like over the shoulder or leaning on it. Like,
Yeah, it just has it over his shoulder.
Can I make a medicine check to try to rouse him? Is that how it
Depends.
works?
Are rats his
Yeah.
fetish?
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay. Ooh,
that's pretty good.
yeah.
Hey,
You
I
will
just-
be able to rouse him.
I just
Fair.
take him-
First time you had to wake somebody up that I kicked the shit out of.
Yeah, I just hold him by his little chubby cheeks and I just slap him a little bit. And I'm like, hey, wake up. We have questions for you.
Wakey.
Don't know if I have answers for you.
Where did you get these cards?
Your mom.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna
would
slap
find-
him.
I was
Can
gonna
I-
say I'll just like, because I've got him in a hold already, and just kind of like squeeze him. Just
Can I attempt to intimidate?
Yeah, you can attempt to intimidate.
He's not intimidated.
Oh, you're right. I didn't get them from your mom. Just her house.
I say, if he's gonna speak vulgar, we should treat him vulgar.
Yeah, do you have?
Yeah.
I guess he needs more of it.
Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's not get hasty on the violence.
I'm gonna
I
pull
will-
an arrow out of my quiver and start walking towards him.
I'm gonna with Dime trying to interject. I'm gonna look at Six, chitter, and start laughing.
We all start laughing.
Now's not the time for jokes if you are telling jokes.
Oh, if you would learn our language.
Duly noted. But why don't we just try to ask him calmly without threatening him?
I tried that.
Because he offered nothing when we did that.
Am I able to make a persuasion check to try to get more out of him?
Yeah. Okay. What do you ask of him?
Look, we just want to know where these cards came from. We don't want to hurt you as more that we have, but that's not the point. We don't want to kill you. We're just looking for answers. Where did these cards come from?
And where do they go?
If I tell you, you're gonna
Where did
actually
it come
let me
from,
go?
Cotton Eye Joe?
You at least have my word on the matter that I would not hurt you. Unfortunately, I can't really speak for my compatriots here.
You have my word. On Taluna, I will let you go.
Give him a little nod.
Asiago just shaking his head.
Oh, yeah, I'm silent because my word means almost nothing. If it's not for or about the pack, it probably can't be trusted.
Gorum?
I think we've already roughed you off enough. It was nothing but business, right?
Yeah. Nothing but business.
Good. Then let's finish it, and you can be on your way.
They come from losers.
Losers?
Losers.
I mean, we did get them from you, so that makes sense.
Ah, zing. Good one.
Thank you.
Left boot. Don't touch it with your bare hands.
Is anybody wearing gloves?
and I'll just kind of like lift him up some.
Ocean man, you got any gloves?
Am I Ocean Man?
Yeah, you're potion man.
Oh, I heard
Ocean
Ocean
Man.
Man. I heard
Ocean
Ocean
Man.
Man. I was like,
Ocean
oh,
Man.
is that me?
Potion man. No, potion man.
Yes, I should have some here in my satchel. Digs through his satchel and pulls out a pair of gloves and puts them on.
Left boot. You heard him.
Dine, with now wearing gloves, inspects the left boot.
So
So
you
it
see,
just says Andy.
Got us.
very nice. You see, tucked between his sock and his boot are 3 more cards.
What are these cards doing in your boot?
Don't touch them with your bare hand.
I'm gonna detect magic because I feel like that might be a trap.
Spend the spell slot, and you cast it.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
So it looks
Detect magic.
pretty similar to what the Channel Divinity did, except for instead of the spores, it's just like a couple moths like flying around, and they kind of like come down and like alight on the cards, and then like fly back to me.
I was gonna say because of the way like detect magic like auras work, it could be that they just land on things that are actually magical. Because like you see magical auras with detect magic.
Yeah, and they just like fly
So they,
around.
like, float out, and they just fly around within your radius, like within your vision, and they land on things that you're supposed to
Yeah, let's go with
be able
that.
to see our magic.
So they land on those cards, and sure enough, the cards are magic.
Do I know what
Hmm.
kind of magic?
Yes.
You know
They
the
are-
school.
They are conjuration magic.
Ooh. Do I know what that might mean for us if we touch them?
Make me an arcana check.
Just don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Don't you know we're all dumb?
Yeah.
Can I try to force him to touch it? Like, using his hand, like move his hand. Like I'm trying to get.
I would
Currently,
say,
his arms are in a full Nelson.
yeah. I
so
was like,
no.
I got him in a full Nelson, so probably not very easily.
Can I ask Corum to let me borrow one of his hands? Like not one of Corum's hands, but the dude's hand.
Hey,
He's
are you
like-
going to lick them?
Half. Let me see one of his hands.
For what?
Just trust me.
I don't.
I don't.
like I'm gonna basically let go of the side that he's on, but I'm just like I do not.
It's for testing purposes.
And I'm basically gonna let go, and so instead of that, like I basically have him in a half nestle, and I'm just gonna like wrap my other arm around him.
So can I grab his arm and try to get him to touch the card?
You
Touch
can
his
try,
hand?
but he's gonna fight you.
That's fine. What am I rolling?
An athletics check.
Yeah,
I'm negative in athletic.
Yeah, because you're trying to force him.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I'm probably going to help the halfling because I'm like,
Okay, so the
He
halfling
basic-
gets advantage.
yeah, like he was just like, hey, don't touch these with your hand. So I like once I realize what you're doing, I'm like, I just like move him some, like stop that, and then just
Why
like
do you have to give him it? Why do you always have to be a spoil sport? Do you not know? If we want to know what it does, the best thing is
to
an
touch it.
example.
Sure, touch him.
I'm not touching it.
Then don't make someone else do what your dirty work should be.
I'm not touching it. He's the one that had them. They're his possession. He can touch it.
And he told us not to touch them directly.
What would
I
happen if we
wasn't
touched
going
these
to.
cards?
Prime a duel.
Prime a duel.
And then the loser of the duel, which means him holding my hand, means we would be dueling. Whichever one of us lost the duel would get sucked into the card.
Why do you have these?
He's delivering them somewhere.
I'm not gonna tell you that. Just kill me.
Wow.
Don't really want to kill you.
I think they're the same cards that the church had.
Yeah, the 25 we have.
So we have 27 now?
You said
Yes.
2 cards or 3 cards?
2 cards were full that you found on him. You
And
found
then 1,
and then 3 more you found that are empty.
which are the ones where he was like, don't
In
touch them
his
with your
boot.
hands.
Yeah, don't touch them with your bare hands.
So we have 27 filled cards and 3 cards that could just trap souls.
Yep.
Because this is just Yu-Gi-Oh. We're just in
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh now.
Hell
It's
yeah,
like,
I was right.
Maximilian
They're all just
Pegasus.
they're all just
Yu-Gi-Oh.
they're all just shadow duels.
Why don't we tie him up? and then we can drag him along with us. He doesn't want to live, and we don't want to kill him.
I also don't want to carry him everywhere.
Don't worry about carrying. Just tie the rope to you, tie it to him, and we'll just be on our way.
If the guards see you like that, you'll go to jail too.
Huh. There hasn't been a guard in the city that could catch me in years.
That's fine, because he would only have to catch me.
Sacrifices. We all make some, and that's one I'm willing to make.
Yeah, I bet you are. All right. Tell me your name.
Why?
If everything goes bad, I'm blaming you. And if I'm not dead, you'll hear about it. And if everything goes well, I'll never talk to you again. And you'll know mine, and I'll know yours.
You'll ask.
I do ask. I hope to never have to ask where you're at. Get the hell out of here.
And I'm gonna basically toss him like over here.
Just like over your shoulder.
Yeah, just kind of like spin around and kind of like just like throw him.
Yeah.
Sounds like we need to go to the Laughing Lamia.
The laughing llama it is.
Close enough.
It doesn't matter. It's not worth the argument.
And with that, the ROP heads towards the Laughing Lamia Inn, knowing that something is afoot there. Whether it's above ground, below ground, or even in the sky, we'll find out the next time the group reconvenes. I'm Zeke, and I've been your DM for the evening, and thank you for following along in our adventures in Exandria.
This has been a really fun time. I had a great time playing as Six and playing along with you guys, exploring the world of Exandria as a precursor to Heroes of Exandria coming out. We're getting to know a little bit of the setting and what some of those characters are going through. If you guys enjoyed listening to us, checking out our adventures, seeing us explore, if you want to see us play this card game, possibly get our souls trapped in the heart of the cards or banished to the Shadow Realm, let us know. Like the video, give us your feedback in the comments. We had a great time doing it. We want to know if you had a great time listening or if you have any feedback for us. Please subscribe if you have not. We're pretty close to 100, and we do have something special planned for 100 if and when we get there. So for today's special D&D episode, this has been Steph with a smiley face. I'm looking forward to finding the Kaiba of this world.
I've been Jake. I'm going to keep putting my fingers in pockets and licking cards.
Andrew, I'll continue to pretend I know everything.
Brian, I'm going to do my best to stop Jake from doing that.
And I'm James. I'm just the other rat.